Dakota or DC-3 has been one amongst the foremost reliable craft ever designed. The flight of Paul Dakota took off in December 1948 from Puerto La heading to Miami. The weather was traditional with solely 20 minutes to travel before it reached the destination. However, the plane disappeared in the Atlantic space in conjunction with 28 passengers and 3 crew members on board. Despite the waters encompassing the situation being crystal clear, no dust or one trace of the plane was found. No matter happened to the flight, happened very fast going no clue behind. Prior to the disappearance of the U.S.S card game, the 3-engine Trislander is taken into account to be the foremost recent victim of the Atlantic Ocean. On December 2008, Trislander took off from Santiago for brand spanking new Royal House with 12 passengers on board, but it never received its destination. Simply 35 minutes once the takeoff, the craft non-existent into the air, disappearing from the radio detection and ranging. Despite the large search operations by the American Coast Guard, not someone is aware of what happened to the flight and its crew. Flight 441 was a huge carrier in hand by the Navy. On Gregorian calendar month 30th, 1954, whereas transporting 42 passengers as well as Navy SEALs and their families, the flight merely non-existent upon reaching the region of Atlantic Ocean. Kind of like several alternative incidents, there was regular communication at first, however later, all fell silent. The flight had life rafts which might have floated if the plane had ever crashed. Strangely, the pilot never even sent associate degree S.O.S decision either. Neither the bodies or the scrap was ever found, nor any ulterior investigation indicated data concerning the fast and unexplained disappearance of the plane. The disappearance of this plane in January 1948 at the side of 25 passengers and 6 of the crew members is comparable thereto of Flight 441. British South Yank Airways plane was routed to Ireland from Santa Maria, however disappeared somewhere within the Atlantic. The flight's operator requested and received the plane's position at 3 a.m. from Bermuda's manipulator. Once it had been contacted once more around 3:50 a.m., there was no response from the Star Tiger. There have been no distress calls. Nobody is aware of what happened there in plane or thereto plane in those 50 minutes. The plane had merely non-existent while not a shred of rubble. For those that went missing were never detected from once more. The U.S.S Cyclops was an enormous coal miner engineered for the United States Navy before World War I. In February 1918, the ship left Brazil headed for Baltimore choked with lading. It never arrived. She had 309 individuals on board. Following the disappearance, an enormous search initiated across the whole route in hopes for a few quite trace. It absolutely was conjointly speculated that a German raider or a submarine had hijacked or ruined it because it was time period. However, Federal Republic of Germany denied having any information of it. The Armed Service History Associated Heritage Command assumed that the vessel was smitten by a sudden storm. However, what really happened to the U.S.S Cyclops may be a mystery because it was and remains to the current day the biggest human loss in non-combat vessel in North American nation armed service history.